I'm Calico Kate. This is my sewing room mess. This is Friday Sews. Oh, I haven't been here much. I've not been sewing much. I still haven't fixed that bobbin of my sewing machine, so there you go. But when the sewing machine doesn't work, I slow stitch and do other stuff. I have been working on this panel. And as you can see, I have slow stitched here. I've put buttons on the center of the flowers. I've back stitched around here. Beads here. Some beads here, a button, a blanket stitch. I've got some couching here where I couch some of my leather. Here's just a little running stitch on these, their feet. And then I added buttons to the button jar, did the flowers, and this is pretty much done until we get back up north, and then I will put it together with my butter machine. So then I have been coffee dyeing fabric. For those of you who sew and have no idea what coffee dyeing fabric is, you boil instant coffee is what I do. Just like you were going to paper dye. And I stuck this then into the hot coffee on my pot, in my pot like you fix spaghetti or something. Then I took it outside. I learned a lesson. Coffee dye will stain cement. Yeah, I got some on the patio. But I went out and I just laid this big piece of fabric. I've cut it up now. I've shared some. But I laid the pan in the grass. I then took out the hot tea stain, and then I laid it on the grass because my clothesline's up north, so it didn't come down with me. Then I poured what was left in the pot over, and this was a hot sunny day and I'm in Florida, remember. But then I poured the rest of my tea, or coffee I mean, onto the fabric. And this is airplane fabric, as you can see. This was gifted to me by Margaret. And I then poured that over and it puddled. And where it puddled, I get darker spots. So I am going to use this in my journal making. I'm going to use this in my, when I make my fabric ruffles and things like that. I also used it as the backing for this fabric. I'm going to slow stitch this. I just pinned this in the middle of the night last night when I couldn't sleep. And this is going to be slow stitched. Now, what am I going to do with this when I get done? It's going to go down there on the bottom shelf of one of my carts and lay there. I haven't the foggiest idea what I'm going to do with it, but I need lots of practice on some of my slow stitches. I have trouble with the flying geese or the tracks, whatever they're called, you know, those little triangles that kind of go like that. I always need to work on French knots. But the first thing I'm going to do is a running stitch over all of this to flatten it down. I saw somebody, and I can't remember, do that, and I liked the look. I think they called it laminating it. So I'm going to do that first. So some of these things will come off, but in the middle of the night, you do whatever you're doing. This fabric ruffle won't stay here. Let me move up. I don't know that you can see very well. If I have to get up and get stuff, I just will. But I don't know that this fabric ruffle I want stitched all the way down. So some of this will come up. I was just kind of designing it. So when I'm sitting in my easy chair not doing anything, I have it and I can do it. Then I was looking for fabric last night and I found some of this that I have used as a cover. And I'm going to coffee dye a little bit of this just to see what happens. And this stark white, you know, I need a table to sit around when I do this. This stark white was in the center of this. So you can see it's underneath. It was a curtain, a lined curtain. And so I thought this lining is almost a flannel, but not quite. It's a flannel on this side, but on this side, it's more of a cotton, but not duck cloth cotton or something like that. So I thought that would be a good backing for something if I wanted to coffee stain that. Then my niece had my sister-in-law make her room of airplanes for my great nephew. And this was the fabric she used. Well, since I have this airplane fabric, or helicopter fabric, and I have this airplane fabric, I may make a pillow. I'm not sure. For a nephew in the military, and what he does is he's in charge of the airplanes and helicopters that come in on the ships. He's based out in Seattle. He sometimes goes out on the ships, but he's higher up. He's been in the military now, 10 years maybe. So he's worked up. So he's inside bossing people. But anyway, I thought I would talk to my sister and see if he would like a pillow. He may not. And if he doesn't, that's fine. I'll use it for my slow stitching. But I thought I'd check. You know, he's serving our country. It's the least I could do. This is fabric that was put in a packet that I bought. And I loved the packet of pretties. Oh, it was so pretty. And I'm going to coffee stain it. I don't use in my journals stark white fabric. Now, I could use this for a ruffle or a pocket for a little girl's dress or something like that. But with all this different script, won't that be lovely in a journal? And then, if, in capital letters, if I get my bobbin put back in. It's a simple thing. It's the bobbin holder that came out and I can't get it back in. It's got to be my fault. It came out. It didn't go anywhere. Nobody else has touched it, but I can't get it to go back in. I I have this fabric that I got in a kit by Adorn It. And it's a pillow. And I think I want to make this pillow. Do I need this pillow in my home? No. Do I need this pillow in my Florida home? No. But I like the pillow. It's got this big panel. Then it's got this pretty gray they sent with it. It's got the southwestern look. And it's got the floral. And it also came with ribbons and the embellishments. So I put them in this little case so that I could keep this all together, because otherwise I'd lose it. Especially taking it from one state to the other. But when I got done, it would look like that. Sweet Life. What am I going to do with this? It's a bench pillow. I don't know. It tells me how to cut and assemble it. I mean, it's about as dummy proof as Adorn It can make it. But I'm thinking a veteran in a welcome home basket. Can't you see somebody struggling to get their life together, finally get their first home, and have a pillow that says Sweet Life? I mean, what a great starting out. So I don't know. It could be a wedding gift. I could give it to somebody, some girl's apartment room, to lean against when I'm not going to give the pillow. She'd have to buy the pillow. I'd probably stuff. It's probably what I do. I don't know. I haven't thought that far. Or I may just leave it on the shelf a while and eventually use it for a wedding gift or something like that. I don't know. But this is kind of on my radar of something that I'd like to do. I love this fabric with the print and the script. I'd really like to use it in a journal, but nobody says I can't. Just take this whole thing apart. And I may do that. One day this week, I was at the thrift store. And I found these black and white placemats. I could not think of that word. Placemats. And they have to be ironed. They'd also work as napkins. But there were 8 of them for $4. So I decided, since I'm adding black and white to my decor, I guess you'd call it, maybe these needed to come home with me. I thought they'd make cute little pillows. I could also see them as cushions, chair cushions. And up north, we really need new chairs. So that would be fun to maybe put. I could even use them, put them together and make a bigger cushion. But, yeah, I know I'm not supposed to take tags off that way. But for $4, I couldn't have bought all the fabric and sewn it together myself. So I decided I'd bring this puppy home. Nothing else, wouldn't that make a cute journal cover? I could do something. So I got that, and the same trip I like to make those hanging towels. And I'm picky about my towels. Now, some of you may use fabric as your towels. And if you do, please let me know what fabric you use for that. Because I don't know. But these towels were 2 for $3, I think. $2.99. And I can get 4 towels made out of that for my welcome home basket. Now, if I get my bobbin done, yeah. But if I can get these made and the fabric over it and all sewn, I don't have a buttonhole maker, and I'm not going to make it by hand. I admire the people in the 1800s, the grandmothers and great-grandmothers who could. I'm not going to learn. But I want them for down here to donate to DAR. So what I thought I would do is get these made, and then our DAR region, and I talk about DAR a lot. That's Daughters of American Revolution, meaning we have traced our ancestors' genealogy back to someone who fought in the Revolutionary War. And I'm a member of that, and I really like it for the community service. So I thought I could make these. I could get 4 of them made, and Pam, our regent, said she'd do my buttonholes for me. So what I do is I'm going to let her probably sew the button on 2, and I'll just give her those with these, so that, it's easier for her to size it and stuff if it's like mine. So if you make towels, I don't want to get used towels for our veterans. To me, that's tacky. So if you use fabric and you cut out towel fabric, please let me know, because I would do that. I'm sure I've got the fabric either here or up north, but I'm not sure the best one to use. I know in the past they used those white cotton ones, but I don't want to buy fabric. So if I can just use pretty white cotton, tell me. I've got lots of pretty white cotton I could use for towels. I could make a pattern for it and snap away. So if you don't mind letting me know, I would certainly appreciate that. So this is my Friday Sews by Hand edition. I'm going to try and mess with that machine some more. I have to do that when I feel well enough and have enough patience. But for now, you have a lovely weekend. This is Calico Kate, and remember, you have a purpose. Bye for now.